1, 2, 3, 4. Uno, dos, tres. I know you want me. I know you need me. There is no food or drink. Inside this courtroom. This is another version of me. Could he be? But lost everything I was gonna say. This song sucks anyway. I know you want me. What's up, everybody? Here is George Zamora, supervisor for the Wesley Chapel, Florida tax collector's office, who came out after Jeff Gentry, the security guard. And if you haven't seen that video, please go see Jeff Gentry cross-exam video. It's got 15,000 views. It should have 115 million, honestly. But here's another witness. George Zamora came out, filmed me with his own personal phone, and I thoroughly make this guy contradict himself over and over and over again. Please enjoy the video, because you know you want me. You know you need me. There is a dog on my lap. Who cares? Just play the video, fat boy.
So did you then go out and observe Mr. Gentry interacting with you about?
Yes, sir.
What was the nature of the discussion?
So whenever I walked out, Jeff was letting the customer know that he wasn't allowed to record in the office. The gentleman then stated that he was here for a public record request. Jeff asked him what record he was here for. The gentleman didn't tell him which specific record. He said she knows, referring to the clerk at the front desk. He then stated, are you going to deny the judge's order? So once he showed that document on his clipboard, I then asked him if I could take it to the back to my manager for review. And he said yes. So that was when I left then to the lobby and took the document to my manager.
Okay. So while you were out there observing this, did you observe anything about the appellant indicative of the fact that he was video recording in your office?
Yeah, so once he told me, as soon as I walked out, I knew to look for a camera. I didn't see it on his chest. It was on his chest, it was a red light flashing. Whenever I walked out, whenever he turned his body to me and he asked me if I was going to refuse the court order. And that's when I didn't know what document it was, so I just got a closer look. But I did notice that he had a camera on him.
And that interaction that you just testified to, did you capture that on video?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Were you instructed to video record it as part of your employment?
Yes, sir.
In doing so, were you acting within the scope of your employment?
Yes, sir.
You can approach the witness and attempt to play the same video from earlier.
Yeah, it's more approach.
Mr. Zamora, did you take that video?
Yes, sir.
And it was a little choppy there. The Yvonne was saying she already knows. Was that in response to Jeff asking what public record he was there for?
Yes, sir.
And that was inside the building, correct?
Correct.
And that was prior to the arrival of law enforcement?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you indicated you brought the document back to your office manager, Amy. What did you do after that?
Once I brought her the document, I then went and made an announcement to the lobby of transaction. And I let the lobby know that we did have somebody recording and that the law enforcement were on the way. Once he was removed, that we would continue to conduct the transaction.
So you made the decision was it your decision to stop business or did that come from your manager?
It's part of our procedure, so I already knew that once some recording to stop the transaction to protect the safety and the information of the public.
Okay, and having to stop operations like that, about how long was that for?
I would say it's about 10 to 15 minutes.
Did that interrupt the operations of the office?
Absolutely.
And did you have any customers specifically who were upset about what had happened?
There were a few customers, none that actually approached me, but I did notice a few were upset and I'm wondering who and why this was happening.
Did you have any additional interaction with the appellant other than what you initially testified to?
No, sir.
Strike that. Did you ultimately give a statement to the sheriff's office in this case?
Yes, sir.
You did a written statement as well?
Yes, sir.
No further questions.
Felix, any questions? I do, yes. Which city was there?
George.
George Zamora?
Yes, sir.
Z-A-M-O-R-A?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you observe anything hostile or aggressive towards anyone?
Yes, sir.
You did?
Yes, sir.
Who was that?
The judge.
Did you record that?
Yes, sir.
Can we see that recording?
It's on the second video that I submitted.
Were you asking me to introduce that?
You have that?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
I don't think he gets to move evidence in on my behalf.
I can play it from my email. If he's not willing to do the easier way, it's gonna take some time to look it up.
There's a second video, I have to pull it up. I didn't find it relevant, but.
Relevancy is just claiming that I was being aggressive and he recorded it.
No, I wasn't playing. So if he wants to pull on play or he wants to play it.
How was I being aggressive?
Using vulgar language. Saying, oh,
You recorded me
yeah, towards the end, once you were outside.
once you returned my property to me, right?
Yes, sir.
And I had no other recourse.
Correct.
Right, okay. So up until you guys forced me out, I was being calm, peaceful, trying to make a public records request, correct?
Incorrect.
I wasn't being calm and peaceful.
No, sir.
So I didn't go up to the gatekeeper and say, I'd like to make a public records request.
Yes, sir, that was.
And then, sorry,
When you walked in, yes, sir.
was I peaceful then?
When you walked in, yes.
When Jeff came out and I said to him, I'm here to make a public records request, did I do that peacefully?
You didn't give him the information he was asking you for.
Do you have a recording of him asking me what records request I made?
Yes, that's when you answered him, she knows, she knows.
So I did tell the clerk.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But the testimony was, I didn't refuse to tell anybody, right?
I don't understand what you're asking.
Did you hear the prior testimony where he said he refused to tell us what records he wanted?
Correct.
Okay. Did you just testify that I told the clerk that though?
You told the clerk she knew.
Yeah. So I did tell her.
Correct.
Objection.
Okay, correct. Very good.
Already testified he wasn't there for the initial interaction.
You just testified that I told the clerk.
Do you have personal knowledge whether he told the clerk what records he wanted?
No, sir. When I walked up, I had a video whenever Jeff asked him what public record request he wanted. All he said was, she knows, I told her.
Right.
I have no
I don't need a security agent to to handle my records request. I told the clerk that he should have never gotten involved. He didn't see the other 10 people recording. He didn't see me recording. He's just assuming.
Is that exactly what you have evidence of me recording?
The video that you just watched. That's the video that I was recording.
And you have evidence on that video that I was recording?
No, sir.
So you don't have evidence I was recording, you just feel like I am.
Is that your question?
Did you just go by your feelings, or do you have hard evidence that I was recording?
I went by my basic knowledge of the red camera light flashing.
So just your opinion and your feelings.
So going back to the characterization, that testimony is evidence, observations are evidence.
And you observed what?
I observed you with the camera flashing and you pointing your body directly towards me when you were addressing me.
This camera?
Yes, sir.
See it flashing?
No, sir.
Is it recording?
I have no idea.
How did you have an idea that day?
Because I see the red light flashing.
Do you see a red light today?
No, sir.
Is it recording?
I have no idea.
Judge, do you need to see again that it's recording with no red light flashing?
No. No, so.
Recording. See it? You see that? It's recording, right?
Okay.
Is it flashing?
No, sir.
Okay, so the flashing light doesn't mean anything, correct?
Okay.
Is that a yes or no, sir?
I have no idea. I mean, it's recording with the red light flashing.
You have no idea, but you brought me to court?
I didn't bring you to court.
I'm sorry. You trespassed me even though you had no idea.
I didn't trespass.
Who trespassed me?
The people who are here, which is going to be on the paperwork.
But you're testifying that I was recording, right?
I'm testifying what I've seen.
Did you see me recording?
I seen you with the camera on your body on the red light flashing.
Does that mean I'm recording?
To me, it does, yes, sir.
To you it does. About factually. You just saw it. No blinking lights, still recording, correct?
Yes, sir.
So, you understand now?
Understand.
I
You
think
don't
he's
understand?
answered the questions. He answered the questions.
So he's being evasive just like Jeff was.
No, I think he's answering the questions. To him, he took that as you were recording. Whether that's true or not, that
Now that I've showed you that it can record without a red light flashing, do you understand that it doesn't make a difference whether or what light's flashing or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So there's no way you could have known that day, or today, or any other day, unless you physically manipulate my camera, or look up the specifications for the camera, correct?
Correct.
Did you do any of that?
No, sir.
Okay, so you had no clue other than it was your opinion, your feelings that I was recording. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why did you record me?
Because I was within the scope of my job.
The scope of your, where does it say in your job description that you can record patrons? Or involuntary patrons? Excuse me.
It's in our procedure.
Where can I find that?
I think you have a copy of it.
In your video recording policy procedure?
Yes, sir.
It says in there that the employees can record the customers of the tax collector's office?
I'm going to interject in that we already went down this line with the last
That's a different witness.
We already went down this line with the last witness. I would argue that this witness acting within the scope of his employment is not even.
I'm trying to prove us that it's not within the scope of his employment.
Well, I don't know whether he can testify to that or not, so I guess ask that, and then I believe his testimony was on direct examination, is that he was instructed to by his supervisor.
So it's not policy or training, you were instructed to record.
I didn't, first of all, Mr. Felix, I didn't say it wasn't his policy.
Oh,
It may be the policy, it may not be the policy.
Okay.
The two could go hand in hand.
Mhm.
You know, I can't assume. But what I believe the testimony was, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Zamora, is that you were instructed to record it.
Yes, sir.
but did you not just testify that it's your training or your policy?
It is.
So you said the video recording policy says that you can record patrons. And now you just changed it to you were told. Is it first one or the second one?
Mr. Felix, I don't think that's mutually exclusive. I think he can be told and it be the policy. So So it has to.
Okay, so the video recording policy says that you can record the patrons. Can you point that out to me, please?
No, sir.
Why not?
I don't know where it's supposed to
I'll give you a copy. We'll give you a copy. You can point it out to me.
You can read it yourself.
Judge.
He said he doesn't know where it's at.
In the policy, yeah, but I want to give him the policy so you can find it. He's claiming that the policy says he can record the customers. I want to hand him the policy so you can point that out to me.
Do you have an objection?
Yeah, the objective's answered the question. He doesn't know that that's in the policy.
He
He
said he knows it's in the
says
policy.
it's in the policy, he
Yeah.
doesn't know where. Here, you want this copy?
Yes, please.
Can you bring it back to me?
Sure. Here's your policy, sir. Please tell me in there, show me in there where it says you can record the patrons.
I don't think it does say that I can record specifically.
Oh, so you're changing your answer again. That's 3 times you changed your answer.
I'm not changing my answer about anything.
Did you not say you can, the video recording policy says that you can record patrons, you just don't know where in the policy? Did you not just say that? Can I motion to strike this witness?
No.
Okay, go ahead. Where in the policy?
What do you
Take
guys-
in the correct.
I told you I can't find where it's gonna state that, so you can take that back.
Did you state in the video recording policy, it says you can record the patrons, you just don't know where in the policy? Did you not just state that?
Say that.
You did not
Say
state
that specifically, no.
Judge, did he not just state?
I'm not answering questions. I'm taking everything in.
Okay, Judge, he obviously just said to us,
I take
under sworn testimony, that his video recording policy says he can record the patrons. He just doesn't know where in the
I
policy.
think that.
Here's the policy,
generally-
show me where.
I agree that that was generally the testimony, whether it was word for word what you said, or getting into nuances, maybe something different. But that's what I heard.
Yeah, okay, so please show me where it says that, sir.
So I'm letting you know right now, it doesn't state that specifically, that you
So
can
why didn't
record
you say that, then?
person. So I'm not gonna look in here for something that doesn't exist. When I
When you
said
said
that
it
I
existed.
record somebody, that means I'm working in the scope of my job. When my manager tells me to go out and record, then I'm gonna go out and record. When we have
I'm sorry,
somebody-
Judge, hold on. You just testified that the video recording policy says you can record the patrons. When I handed it to you to show me, now you're saying you didn't say that.
He's asked and answered several times.
Yeah, he's flip-flop back and forth several times.
I'm gonna allow it. I see
Okay,
the point.
can you please point out where in the policy you're claiming that you can record the patrons, as you stated in your testimony?
No, I cannot.
You cannot. So that's that false testimony then?
It doesn't say specifically that we're allowed to record.
So where are you getting that from?
I can record when my boss tells me to. If it's within the scope of my job, then yes.
So if your boss tells you no black people, what happens then? What do you do?
I go to HR and state that that's it, and it's
So
not.
they tell you to search somebody's bag, what do you do then?
Objection, he's again getting into a legal debate.
Yeah, I think we're going down that same road of.
Okay, so you blatantly testified just now that the video recording policy says that you can record the patrons. When I handed it to you, you changed your answer completely, correct?
Objection, asked and answered about four
Yeah,
times.
I heard the testimony, okay.
Okay. And in what way was I being aggressive before you guys forced me out of the building?
You weren't. Before we forced you out,
Yeah.
is when you weren't giving him the information he was asking you. When Jeff asked you what type of record you were here, you weren't giving him the information. You said she knows, she knows.
Does Jeff handle public records or the clerks? I thought Jeff was a safety expert and a body cam expert and a safety and a driving instructor.
When there's a clerk acting out of line, when there's a customer acting out of line and being disrespectful
To who?
to the employees.
Other than asking the clerk for a public records request, how was I being disrespectful?
When he asked you to leave with the body camera on, you said you were refusing to leave.
Did you not hear him testify that I'm allowed to have a camera?
Yes, I did.
You did hear him say that, right? So I can have a camera, correct?
Yes.
Now you just said he told me to leave because I have a camera. Again, that contradicts. You understand that, right?
I don't understand your question.
Did you hear Jeff testify that I'm allowed to have a camera in there?
Did I hear him testify that you're allowed to have a camera?
Correct.
No, I did not.
Were you not sitting right here?
Yes, sir.
Did you not hear it?
No, sir.
You didn't hear him say that.
No, sir.
And you didn't hear me say, so someone came in with 25 cameras. He said, that's fine as long as you're not recording. You didn't hear him say that either?
Yes, sir. I heard that.
So I can have a camera in there. So you can't just trespass me for simply having a camera, correct?
What's the question?
So you can't trespass me simply for having a camera, correct?
Correct.
Okay, but you just testified that you trespassed me for having a camera.
Incorrect. You trespassed. You violated my policy.
But you testified earlier you have no way of knowing if I was violating your policy, correct?
Correct.
So you have no way of knowing I was violating the policy, yet you still trespassed me for it. Correct?
Correct.
You don't see the problem here?
No, sir.
You don't see the problem.
No, sir.
So I am allowed to have a camera in there. As long as I'm just reiterating, as long as I'm not recording.
He said asked and answered, and I agree. He's answered. Reiterating it is asking something you've already asked. So.
Okay. So no way to know if I'm not recording. I'm just talking to myself.
I got it.
No way to know if I'm recording. Yeah, you trespassed me for recording, even though you didn't know I was recording. So you did know I was recording, you still trespassed me for it, correct?
Excuse me?
Can I please disqualify this witness? He's gone back and forth now. He's not even listening. He's pretending to hear the testimony earlier. Yes.
I'm here to hear all the testimony.
He's not even listening.
I'll give it the way that I want to give it. I'm hearing what he's saying. I'm hearing.
Okay, please answer my last question. Go ahead.
I think it's,
What was your last question?
Did you not hear it?
I think he immediately asked you to. Didn't he respond with a?
He said what? What? Like he fell asleep or something.
What was your question?
Did you not hear it?
What was your question?
Did you not hear my question? Why did you not hear it? Are you not even?
Mr. Felix, it doesn't matter if he didn't understand it or didn't hear it all the way. He's allowed to ask you to repeat it. I mean,
So you've testified now that you had no way of knowing I was recording, correct?
Correct.
But you still trespassed me for recording, correct?
Correct.
And you don't see an issue there.
No, sir.
So what's your evidence that I was recording? Did you see a video created by this camera?
No, sir.
If I had a video, would I not play it here to prove myself innocent?
Objection, speculation.
Does video lie?
This video live?
Correct.
I don't understand what that means. That's my answer.
If your surveillance camera captures a person walking in and walking out of the place,
Mr. Felix, what's the relevance to this? We've gone over this.
does the camera lie as to relevance? He doesn't know what that means. I'm trying to explain to him what that means.
Okay, what's your point then? We've already gone down that.
Cameras don't lie. That's not true.
That's a different debate for a different day. That's not, I don't see the relevance of it.
Okay. So, are you Jeff's supervisor?
No, sir.
Why wasn't I given a supervisor after asking for one multiple times?
Objection is outside the scope of this witness's testimony.
I would agree with that.
Did you read the court order?
No, sir.
The court order I handed you, and you asked me if you could take it back in the back. You didn't even bother to read it.
I handed it to my immediate supervisor.
And what did they have to say about it?
I don't know.
Your supervisor, you handed the court order from this judge right here to your supervisor, correct? And you didn't stick around to see what the verdict was?
Like I said earlier, once I handed the document to my manager, I then stopped all transactions.
You stopped all transactions even though you have no way of knowing if I was recording or not?
Correct.
Did you see the other 10 people recording in there that day?
No, sir.
Why didn't you see them?
I have no idea.
Why did you target me specifically?
I did not target you specifically.
Why was I the only one?
do you have evidence to present that there were other people in there recording that were
As
treated?
much evidence as they had.
No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, do you have that?
I'm going to testify. There was 10 other people recording him. Right?
When you see your testimony, you can do that.
Okay. Did you see the other 10 people recording him?
No, sir.
But why did you pick me specifically?
I didn't pick you specifically.
So everyone was trespassed or just me?
Who do you mean by everyone?
The other people who were recording it, were they trespassed?
Objection, lack of foundation.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. You have to testify to this.
Did you see anyone else recording it?
No, sir.
Did you see me recording it?
I saw you with the camera.
But you didn't see me recording, right?
No, sir.
Very good. So, you didn't see me recording it. No evidence of it.
You can follow the questions. Basically, yes, Mr. Zamora. You never heard the appellant specify what public record he was there for?
No.
To this day, do you know what public record he was there for?
No, sir.
Were you only present for what's depicted on that video we saw?
Yes, sir.
You were asked in cross-examination that there was an implication that you have no evidence that the appellant was recording. You don't know 100% that he was recording that day, is that fair to say?
Correct.
Based on what you observed, did it appear to you that he was recording?
Yes, sir.
Is all of the policy in your office written, or do you also have verbal directives?
We have our policies that are written. Some are displayed on our TV screens in our lobby.
What about as far as things that apply to you within your employment, rules, things you need to do, policies that come down from your manager that apply to you? Is that all in writing, or do you get verbal directives?
Yes, sir. Usually writing.
And then I believe there was a request to play the second video, so I have that.
Still want to play that, Mr. Felix?
Yeah.
Alright. Do you guys still have the policy that you?
Probably, yeah.
Giving it back so I can keep it.
Sure.
Sorry. You got a zipped sticker on the back of it. Yeah. Thanks.
You're breaking the law, and you're forcing me out under arrest. That was wrong.
That was it.
Yeah, towards the end of the movie.
Because you're violating. You're breaking the law, and you're forcing me out under arrest. That was wrong.
Okay, so that video, follow up. So that video, I was outside, right?
Yes, sir.
So I did leave, right?
You were outside.
Did I leave the lobby?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So after you guys finally forced me out, pushed me out, lied about me recording, finally I got fed up and started cussing, correct?
Correct.
Right.
We never pushed you.
Well, you forced me out under duress.
We never pushed you. Just accept that.
Did I say quit?
You did.
I apologize. When you guys forced me out under duress, that's when I finally redressed my grievances under the First Amendment, correct?
Lack of foundation. This witness has not testified that the appellant was forced out under duress. It's his characterization.
I'm sorry, did you guys tell me?
Mr. Felix, just ask questions. Did you ask me to leave?
When you return, did you return my property to me?
Yes, sir.
Did I leave then?
No, sir.
I didn't.
No, sir.
How much longer did I stay?
On the property.
Excuse me?
You remain on the property. When the law enforcement were there, you remain on the property.
When you handed me back my paperwork, did I leave the lot?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did I then leave the property?
No, sir.
How long did I stay on the property?
As long as the law enforcement were there.
So I didn't go to my car parked across the street on a completely different property and call the police myself. Is that what you're saying?
I have no idea.
So now you have no idea. A second ago you said I didn't leave. Now you have no idea.
You remained there even when the law enforcement were there.
When the law enforcement showed up, I came back on the property to show my court order, correct?
I never seen you leave.
Oh, so you didn't see me leave, so you don't know if I left, even though you just claimed that I didn't.
You asked me, did you leave the property?
Right, and you said
At
no,
what point?
and you said no,
You didn't leave.
I didn't.
You were there in the
Uh-huh.
lobby. You were outside.
Yes.
Law enforcement brought you inside. You remained there.
From the time I left,
You need
till
to
the time,
specific on
I'm
the-
going to, calm down, I'm going to. From the time I left, and I went across the street to
From
my
the time
car,
you left the lobby, from the time you left the parking lot, what time?
from the time I left, a complete property, went across the street to my car and waited for the police.
I had no idea you did that.
So you didn't see that I left.
I did not see you leave.
So you're saying you didn't see me leave, but then you said I didn't leave.
I seen you walk outside, I come back inside, into the back office, I come back out to the lobby, you're there.
With the police,
Yes, sir.
because they invited me back in.
I don't know if they did or not.
Okay.
With them.
So you didn't see that if I left or not, even though you testified that I did.
You were there and you walked out and came back inside.
So that means I couldn't have left the property?
I mean, you stayed there.
Did I leave the property or not? You just testified that you didn't see me.
Objection, he's already testified, he wasn't even.
But he's contradicting himself every other sentence.
I think the question is not.
I tend to agree that I think he's changed his testimony.
Over and over again.
I think the questions are being asked in a confusing manner. It sounds like he wasn't even there to observe any of that.
Then why would he claim that I left? If he didn't observe any of it?
Again, I think it's being asked in a confusing manner. He saw Dave Bennett leave the lobby.
Let's move on.
Hmm?
I said, let's move on. I've heard the testimony.
Okay. And again, you had the whole time I was in the lobby is because you had my property in the back room, correct?
When I took your documents to my manager,
Mm-hmm.
you had your documents.
Right, so you guys had my document in the back room, and I was waiting to see what was gonna happen. If you guys were gonna honor his court order or not, correct?
Correct.
And then when you decided not to honor his court order, you came back, set it down, I took my stuff, said some choice words, and I left, correct? Left the lobby.
Correct.
And then I left the property and went to my car, correct, across the street?
I don't know if you did or not.
So you don't know if I left or not, even though you testified that I did not leave.
I think we've already established this.
Okay. And did the clerk tell you what records I requested?
No, sir.
Did you ask the clerk what records I requested?
Yes, sir.
And what did she say?
Public record.
Which one?
I have no idea.
So I did tell the clerk, correct?
You told her for a public record request.
I told the clerk the public records request, correct?
Objection, lack of foundation. He doesn't know.
There's nothing in the. He's
You
asking.
just played a video with me saying I've already told the clerk.
Yeah, I got that part.
Standing right in front of him and Jeff. Jeff claimed he wasn't even there when I was speaking to him. And that's,
Right, my point is, you're wanting him to say that you told the clerk, but all he has to base that off of is that you said you told the clerk.
and he asked her, and she said, yeah.
Okay.
Just testify to that.
Right.
Right.
What's the?
Well, they keep claiming I never gave him the records request.
Okay.
Which is nonsense.
Alright. You don't have to keep, I get it, you're not.
Okay, okay,
I'm taking in all the testimony.
okay. So what aggression did you see from me outside of when you finally forced me out of the arrest?
I didn't see any aggression.
So I wasn't being aggressive.
You were.
In what manner?
At the end, when you started, when you told
Before you forced me out under duress, was I being calm, peaceful, trying to show you the question?
Let's change the question so it's not confusing. Was he being aggressive inside the lobby?
No, sir.
Was he using profanity inside the lobby?
No, sir.
You can ask more questions if you want.
I'm thank you.
I believe what you're trying to do.
And by aggressive, you mean I was using my speech?
When you were cussing?
Speech, right?
Yes.
So my speech was aggressive.
Yes, sir.
Did I swing at anybody?
No, sir.
Was I flailing my arms?
No, sir.
Was I screaming?
No, sir.
So You're simply basing your definition of my judgment under my free speech. Is that correct?
Yes, that's relevant.
Yeah,
Can you answer?
I don't think it's relevant.
What's not relevant?
The whole line of question.
Well, they're claiming I'm being aggressive, which is a bold-faced lie.
Well, I've heard the testimony, what had happened. I'll decide whether I'm being aggressive.
Okay.
And no follow-up.
Any next witness?
Pastor would call Ms. Crystal Moore.